Apparently we've got some behind doors economic policy making and a whole lot of other important decision making being done, but not in the Parliament or any other government building, just at a golf course. So,
so I hear this
choice of venue, I think. So yeah, we're here to see what they're going to be. Well, like tell them that we're not really interested in what they're talking about, and we have issues that we just that we believe that they'll be discussing that we just don't agree with.
What brings you to Montebello today?
Well, we've been protesting like the FDAA and the OAS and the more before that and so forth, and now this. They're all steps on the way to reducing civil liberties for everybody and to make us all into America, using the very poorest of American practices as our model, which means the end of Medicare and the end of unionized labor and all that sort of thing.
So considering President Bush is on his last few months in office, do you think he has any really specific agenda he's going to press at this meeting?
Well, we're very afraid that he has, because wounded lions tend to thrash out, and we're wondering what catastrophe he'll help to engineer to create a lot more hate between various groups of people. We've demonized so many groups in the world, and it's going to rebound on all of us. And we shouldn't allow
It's not like you bring that out here, however.
Well, not at this demonstration, no.
Not at Montebello. I don't think so. But
we've heard a lot about the Security and Prosperity Partnership. I think that's something that could actually work in the future.
Not with guns, and not with depriving people of their civil liberties.
What do you mean by work?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the meeting here today is to solidify some plans. Now, we don't know what those plans are for that partnership, but they've been working on this for a number of years now. I was just wondering what your thoughts were regarding the future for that plan. Could it possibly work, or is there some major changes that would have to go in place?
To work would mean to essentially annex Mexico and Canada to the United States. That's what they're trying to do in a quiet way, slow way. So, of course, it won't work if we can possibly avoid it working.
It's controlled by the corporate elite. It has nothing to do with public good, short-term or long-term. It's all for control, repression, and, as I said before, loss of all kinds of civil liberties and political liberties and economic liberties.
But this is imperialism we're talking about. These are imperialists. The United States is an imperialist country that killed millions of people since the Second World War. They're killing people as we stand here. I don't want to be harmonized with such people.
Well, what do you think the Prime Minister Harper's attitude towards being, as far as a comfortable relationship with an American president is concerned? That's been kind of a hot and cold affair over the last few years, and it's been rumored that Mr. Harper is going to take a stance of being a bit aloof. Do you agree with that? You think that's a positive thing?
For him to be aloof, of course, but I don't believe he is. He's a psychopath, as far as I can see.
Yeah, he loves everything American, especially big business America. And no, we feel he's very dangerous. You know, what the United States does, or Americans do with their own country, we don't have a lot of influence there, except we can, by voicing our opinion of what's going on, help to give those down there who are fighting the Bush and the Bush agenda, give them some courage and so forth. But we're very afraid that Canada is being sold down the river in every manner, shape, or form by Harper and the people who are with him. Can't do it by himself.
So how do you feel about the guests that are basically going to be at this meeting, other than the so-called three amigos? It seems to be made up of corporate business. Is that a good thing, do you think, for an international summit meeting like this?
Absolutely not. This is we're talking about oligarchies. We're talking about the financial elite controlling all of these countries. And that's what they're here for. And they set up, of course, this North American Competitiveness Council, which apparently has direct access to our government and the others, giving advice to those governments. Have they asked me for my advice? Well, no. It's only the elite of unelected people who have this right to approach our governments. It's absolutely anti-democratic.
We give prominence and place to people like Tony Aquino. And he's interested in the corporate profit and greed, but not in the welfare of Canadians or Americans or anybody else.
If you had the ear of either three of those gentlemen, the so-called three amigos, what would you have? What would you like to chat with them in a conversation about?
I would. Well, if we're talking Harper, who is more my responsibility than the others, apparently, I would try to understand what kind of thinking he has that would justify forming alliances with a country which is raping the world, which is trying to exploit the rest of the world, steal resources from people, reduce the standard of living in all those countries, which is clearly what they are doing and what it was clear all the policies they followed would do. What's he doing there? What's he doing cooperating with such people?
Do you think Canadians as a whole are apathetic towards these kind of issues?
No.
A little tired?
No, they're being kept in the dark largely. The press has done a very, very bad job. And on the other hand, when the Canadian people are polled, as they have been repeatedly, one discovers that their motives are the traditional Canadian motives, humanistic, democratic, and so on. I believe that they will slowly mobilize themselves to resist this.
Yes, I agree with that too. You remember peace, order, and good government? Well, good government means looking after the short and long-term welfare of your country and its citizens. And Harper is not doing that. So he's violating the Constitution. And we want him to stop.